Welcome to RVA Connected with Anna Sothen, the podcast that brings local communities and businesses closer together in Richmond, Virginia. Anna will guide you through the vibrant intersections of RVA's entrepreneurial spirit, community relationships, and the latest insights and strategies for your RVA business. Get ready to feel connected to the heartbeat of our city's small businesses. Here's Anna Sothen.
All right. Good morning, everybody. This is Anna Sothen, and I am your podcast host for RVA Connected. And I am so excited to have two amazing human beings here with me today, Lindsay and Alana, who own Say Hello Threads. Ladies, hey, hello.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for having us.
I'm excited to have you guys. I think what you guys are doing with your business is absolutely amazing, and more people need to know about it. So if you guys wouldn't mind, maybe Lindsay, you start off, share a little bit about who you are, and then Alana, you share.
Yeah, thank you. So during the day, I'm a school counselor for students in an alternative education program. And then the rest of my life is our family, and we're raising a son, Brayden, who has severe intellectual disabilities and several other diagnoses. And that's kind of the inspiration behind our business. And then we also have another son, John, who is 17 and getting ready to go off to college. So we're busy.
Yeah, I have an 18-year-old who's getting ready to go off to college, and I'm going to buy stock and Kleenex. It's going to be hard.
we will be in that together.
Fantastic. I will ship you a box of Kleenex.
Yes. I work for a nonprofit during the day, Friendship Circle, and we work within the disability community and have different programs within the community for our families. And then we have our business, and I am fortunate enough to be able to run the business and work. And so we obviously both do that, but so.
Fantastic. So when did you guys create Say Hello Threads?
November 2020, Elena shared.
Elena, I'm so sorry. See, we should have asked.
Oh, no, you're okay.
Elena shared our first shirt on social media, which was "My child is nonverbal, but his mama ain't." And we knew we wanted to have a business and probably continue to make shirts, but we weren't super prepared for how many people were going to be interested in that. And a friend shared in a group, and it just kind of took off from there. We were getting lots of messages. And so we built our website that weekend, like pretty quickly, and then went from there. That's
amazing. So I love that t-shirt. I saw that, right? And there was somewhere where I read, like, maybe it's on your website too, but like, don't stare, but like say hello. Right. And so we teach our children not to stare. Right. But then there's this like blockade that happens because it's hello, we're here, we're in each other's space, like acknowledge the fact that I'm in existence. But it's that awkward moment of like, what do I do? Right. So we were talking about awkward moments just a moment ago. So tell me a little bit about that. Tell me how that, obviously you guys are experiencing it, right, with your son, but tell me how that came about, like where the inspiration came from.
Well, so that's where our name, Say Hello Threads, comes from, is that quote. So in 2020, we had no idea like what our name should be. And so originally it was made by LNA, Lindsay and Alana. And then just over time, we were like, this doesn't really feel meaningful to us. And we saw that quote and pulled the Say Hello from that. So that quote, instead of teaching don't stare, let's start teaching say hello. So, and that hit home for us because we would take Brayden out in public and, he doesn't talk like other people, or he at that time was blowing a lot of kisses or just trying to get people's attention. And instead of like engaging with him, they would kind of look away. And I think that's people feel out of respect. But he's very interactive. He's very, very social. And so we wanted to kind of raise that awareness so that people would start engaging.
I love that. So when was he diagnosed?
He was diagnosed at 2. His first diagnosis was apraxia of speech. And that was, we started like realizing it was like he was losing his words. He was saying, mama, dada, ball, the basic words that you learn early development. And then he was slowly losing them. And we went to a speech therapist, and she helped us like understand. So apraxia is the brain and the mouth don't communicate. And so it takes him a lot longer. And so still today, he can say different words. Sometimes he'll, say different phrases or different words, and then you won't hear him again. And so from that diagnosis, we started, he wasn't walking just yet and missing some other milestones. And so we, took him in and got him evaluated and whatnot. And so he had developmental delays, which they end up growing out of, and then it becomes intellectual disabilities. So, yeah.
So what was that, if you guys don't mind my asking, but what was that moment like, realizing that your child was, and I don't want to say different, it's who they are, right? Which makes them absolutely beautiful, but they're not the norm, right? We, as a society, we're like, you're going to fit into this box. And if you don't fit into this box at this specific time, then you're whatever, apply whatever verb you want to apply to it, or adjective rather.
Yeah. And I think that for me, I was in, I think a lot of us as parents who have children with diagnosis are in denial. And so I was in denial for quite a while and was like, no, like he'll grow out of it, listening to the doctor. Like it's because his older brother is talking for him. It's, all these things. And then there's like this guilt of like, what did I do? Or, to make this happen. And obviously that's not the case. Then, it just all plays out to this reel of what you think your kid's life is going to be like. Our oldest is about to go to prom, and he drives a car, and he's about to go to college. And as a parent, you want that because that's what you just, you think that that's the way life is supposed to play out. And it doesn't always play out like that. And you go through it. You go through the emotions, and he will still be able to go to prom. There's beautiful proms out there for kids like Brayden. And our life doesn't look like we thought it was, but it's even better now than what I could have imagined it to be. So, yeah.
Well, that's okay. I'm gonna need a moment because where's the box of tissues when you need it?
Right.
So, okay. So you have the diagnosis, right? And so now you are coming to grips with it. Probably like the 7 stages of grief, right? That people go.
Right.
And so now you're out and about and you're in society. And now not only do you have to figure out what that life looks like for you, but then how do we incorporate our life into regular life, and what does that look like for us? So tell me a little bit about like what that was for you guys.
I think that part was kind of natural. Well, I will say that by the time I came into the boy's life, into Alana's life, Brayden was like 4 or 5. So I don't think I went through that process quite the same way. Like there was more acceptance, and this just like is what it is. But I think for both of us, it's very natural to like advocate for people, and I don't know, just kind of our passions anyways are inclusion focused. And so I think we just got to put our energy into that even more. So I don't know.
Was there any situation that stood out where people surprised you?
I think all the time people surprise us. Like we're more like looking for people not to accept Brayden, and it's really quite the opposite most of the time. People, I mean, when we go to markets, people are always looking for him. They're bringing him treats. They're just treating him so great. So, and I know like in the beginning we were like, are people going to be annoyed because he's going to be telling them, hi, 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 you know, because when you're at a market, you're real close to the neighbors, but we've never had a bad experience of anybody being annoyed or not interacting with him. It's always been positive.
I love that.
Yes, yeah.
And can restore our faith in when they do, when it's just, just be kind, right? So let's talk a little bit about like, say hello thread. So you said that you put that t-shirt out there and it sort of, expanded. So you guys, you have onesies, which I think is adorable. And then t-shirts obviously for adults as well too. So what's your goal with Say Hello Threads?
Yeah, that's a great question. So if we had the magic ball and we could make all the things happen, we would love to have a brick and mortar and be able to give our teenagers that are transitioning out of school the ability to be able to work for fair wages and to be able to give back to the community. I know there's so many businesses already in our community that do this type of work. And I know that there's a community out there that wants to be a part of this. Like they want to be a part of a mission like ours. And so that's the ultimate goal. We say our mission is start meaningful conversations, inspire advocacy, and build community. And so, yeah, that is ultimately what we would love to be able to do.
I love that. So how do people find you right now? Is it just through your social media? I say just, is it through social media? Like, how are you promoting your business?
Yeah, so we have social media, and then we have actually been fortunate to partner with different like companies in our space in the community. So we've worked with Beyond Boundaries, Special Olympics. I'm blanking, Lindsay. Down Syndrome Association.
I mean, we're at a lot of different events, so I think that's where we connect most with people. I mean, we're all over social media. We have a website, but it's those face-to-face interactions that, like, even events that feel like they weren't super successful, we'll meet just one person and they'll reach out in a month or two. And so I think just being truly present in the community has been the most beneficial thing.
Yeah. Well, I think it's, and that's one of my biggest, messages is I want to create a sense of community because I feel like, especially with COVID, we were shut down for so long that we've lost that sense of community, and we need to foster that because that's how society grows and that's how we become better. And then realizing that it's a beautiful thing that there are people who are different from us, right? Because imagine if we all walked around and looked the same, said the same thing, walked the same way, like how boring life would be.
Yes.
It would be so boring.
It would be very boring.
Yeah, absolutely. So your website is called Say Hello Threads, obviously. Make sure that you guys go out there and take a look at that. Their t-shirts and their like sweatshirts are absolutely amazing. But is there anybody that you would like to connect with? Or so as you're starting, as you've grown your business and looking towards the future, what do you think your greatest obstacle has been so far? And then what has been your greatest success?
I think our greatest success is definitely those partnerships and being at those events where our community is and hearing them say, like, I've never seen a shirt like this. I've never seen this message, so clearly a walking billboard, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's always, I mean, it's never not rewarding to hear. Alana, what's our biggest obstacle?
I feel like as we go forward from where we started to where we are now, we have grown. We've grown so much, and I feel like the more we're able to get out into the community and just have our message out there and be able to work with other organizations, I think that that's, you know, we feel like sometimes our visibility is out there, and then there's like, you know, there's new people, always new people that see our shirts and our things, whether it's at markets or online, and they're like, oh my goodness, like where
I had
have
no
you
idea.
been? Like, I needed you. Somebody just recently emailed us and said that they had talked to us like 2 years ago at a market, and they were so glad they have found our website again. And so it's obviously meaningful to other people as well. So
Yeah, I love that. And I think as business owners, we want things to happen immediately, right? But the building of the foundation and the community and the connections are really what's important. And so that's what we're doing here, right? Is to be able to get your message out there so that more people can hear it and can connect with you, whether it be somebody to partner with you and say, okay, let's spread your message to now this, group of individuals that you may not have had access to. Which, speaking of which, there is my friend who owns Salsa Don Sebastian, she just started a Latino market.
We
So
love
yes,
them.
yeah, oh good, America, fantastic. So, but I think that would be a great community for you to go to and be part of that market as well too. So I'll make sure that I'll connect you guys if you guys aren't connected already. But yeah, so that's what I love to do. Like, I want to create to create that sense of community, and where we just the rising tide lifts all boats, right? And so the more people who are passionate about what they're doing and can take that passion and share it with the world, the better the world is going to be, just in general. Thank you. Thank you for making me cry. I know I cried yesterday, I'm crying today. So it's just, there's never a second
No.
without a third. So tomorrow I'm going to a public floor workshop. So I'm sure tomorrow I'll be bawling as well too. So
yes.
it'll be all good. But thank you for coming. Thank you. Most importantly, thank you for sharing your heart. I think that it's truly beautiful to have seen that and to have heard it. So I'm honored that you shared that with me and with our community. I love that. And so thank you from the bottom of my heart for sharing that. And like I said, I'm going to have you onto the radio show. So, get ready. There's lots of things that I'm going to invite you guys to help you grow your business and your exposure in our communities. Cause I want you guys to, and I can't wait to meet your son as well too. Yeah. So
Yes,
if he
he
wants
will
to blow
love
me
it.
kisses and he wants to say hello, I'm all for it.
Yes.
All for it.
He loves meeting new people.
Fantastic. So do I. So you guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you to our community, RVA Connected. And if you know a business who would love to come on here and share their story, just like these wonderful women did, I would love to have them here and just to spread the message of community and connection. So as always, my friends, stay fluid. I am always cheering for you. Bye, everybody. Thanks so much for being here.